It's week one in the 2007 Investex Super 14. The Western Force at home in Perth, taking on the Highlanders from New Zealand. Hello everyone, I'm Greg Clark. Thanks for joining us for our season opener. And it is a warm Friday night in Perth. Still 31 degrees on ground. Phil Kearns, former Wallaby captain, is with us. And Kearnsy, not the conditions these players were hoping for.
No, this is cricket condition, Clarkie, not rugby. And the weather tonight will have an impact on the game. You'd like to think that the Force are better conditioned to this because they don't get this sort of weather down there in Otago and in Invercargill, that's for sure.
Okay, but an important one, huge expectations on the local team, the Force.
Massive expectation and a big crowd in tonight. They're expecting almost 30,000 in tonight. The expectation with the off-season buys is that this side will be a top 7 team. I reckon they're expecting top 4, really.
Okay, well, no New Zealand team is ever easy, so let's have a look at the form guide for the visitors. They've come from the deep south of the South Island of New Zealand, playing most of their matches in Dunedin. They're going to have to improve on their 2006 statistics. They finished with the most turnovers, most metres conceded, a coach's nightmare.
Yeah, not only was the defence not great, they didn't score many tries or make many line breaks, so they've got to tighten up things around the fringes, around the edge of the ruck of the maul where the defence is important, and Jimmy Cowan's going to have to call the shots there. He's not the biggest man in the world as a halfback, obviously, but he can kick the ball. He does make the odd break, so he's an important man for them tonight.
Well, he is one All Black that has been asked to play Super 14 rugby, but if we have a look at the 1 to 22, they're missing a couple of their All Blacks, in particular Anton Oliver, the number 2, and the very experienced tight head in Carl Heyman, and also missing is their chief playmaker, usually wearing the number 10, and that of course is Nick Evans. So it's still a experience pack, but a lot of inexperience in that back line. The coach is Greg Cooper. Now also joining us in commentary tonight, former Wallaby fullback Greg Martin. And Marto, not the sort of conditions that Coop and the rest of the Highlanders would experience in the deep south of New Zealand.
Yeah, Clarkie, the crowd and the temperature make it a double whammy home ground advantage. But the fact is the Highlanders have been here in Australia acclimatising for the last 2 weeks. I'm sure they're not far off the mark, but one way to find out, Greg Cooper, if you were to compare this to where you wanted to be, how is the team going into this game?
Well, Marto, I don't think any side's hitting their straps absolutely in round one. I think you've got to try and build, but you've got to get somewhere near it. I think physically we're in good shape, and you're quite right, we've been spending a bit of time here, so hopefully the heat won't be a factor. The skill and the tactics, well, we'll just see. We don't know a lot about the Force. We've seen a bit of the stuff on tape, but hopefully we're not far off the pace tonight.
Yeah, week one, it's hard to analyse the opposition, but you guys got a young, inexperienced backline. What does that mean to the way you'll play the game?
Well, it probably means the opposition don't know a lot about us. We have got some recognised Super 14 players, but there are some young, up-and-coming talent, so hopefully they can show their wares tonight.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, Marto.
Thanks.
Okay, well now let's go to the locals. The Western Force playing all of their home games at Subiaco in Perth, and in their second year it's time for payback. They've got to really reward the fans. Huge expectations.
Yeah, massive expectations on them, Clarkie. They've been going so well, but the biggest boost to them is those backline guys. Mitchell, Matt Giddo, we've all heard about the money he's being paid to come across here, and of course the league convert Ryan Cross. He's a big guy. He's 191 centimetres tall, which is about 6'3" or 4". His weight's nearly 100 kilos. I think he might actually be over that now, and he's got plenty of experience. 143 NRL games. This guy is a very good player and runs great angles.
Well, there are 4 newcomers in this 22. Go to number 3, Troy Taki-Ari, and then in the backs, 12 Giddo, 13 Cross, and 15 Mitchell. No relation to the coach, John Mitchell, and he is now with Greg Martin.
Well, John, all of a sudden everyone rates the Force this year to make the finals. What's the biggest difference standing here compared to 12 months ago?
I guess those statements are purely predictions, and I guess tomorrow's fish and chip paper. But more importantly for us, mate, we've put a lot of work into the pre-season, especially into the contact areas of the game, and we're seeking a lot more accuracy and a lot more better teamwork than last year.
Have you had enough time to blend in your Wallabies? You only had half a game last weekend, not much time to train.
There's never enough time, but in actual fact, mate, it's almost like going back to the amateur days, mate, and the fact that we really haven't had a lot of time. But in some ways, professional preparation these days is a long, drawn-out process. But certainly coming after Christmas, and everyone's had purpose, and it's been really quick. So in some ways, it's been enjoyable.
On paper, the backline looks magnificent. What sort of a tactical change does that allow you to make to the team's game plan?
if we respect the ball on attack, like it's going to bring us opportunities because there's a number of threats in that back line. But our forward pack, I guess, is going to have to work very, very hard and supply that ball and give us a good platform.
And where's the danger going to come from the Highlanders tonight?
It's a hot night in Perth and still a lot of cloud in the sky. 31 degrees on ground. Expecting a crowd of 13,000 or so. Good group. Greg Barton, wonderful support here from the North Highlanders once again tonight.
Well, they were here last year, of course. They came out and forced. It was one game last season. They had 35,000. I described them as the best Super 14 fans in Australia, and that's one of the little clumps there as you come right round the field. Very hot day. It's also early. Not quite 7 o'clock over here in the west, or it's just on 7 o'clock over here in the west. So they're still streaming in.
Seven. And it was a win first up to the David Nusafura coached Blues, 34-25 over the Crusaders. So they're off to a flyer. No bonus point there for the Blues though, but they'll be pretty happy with that, getting off to a winning start in front of their home crowd in Auckland. 34-25 the Blues, and now we have the Highlanders who are making their way out onto a very humid, a very hot Subiaco. They've managed to win one game in Australia over each of the past 3 seasons. They upset the Brumbies in Canberra last year, looking to make the playoffs for the first time since 2002. Finished 9th in 2006, 6 wins and 7 losses. They won 5 and lost 13 over the years here in Australia. There's Craig Newby, one of their key forwards. They had the worst try-scoring record on average per game last year. They will need to address that in a hurry.
Yeah, and 2 of their major chances of doing that up front. They are strong still in the forwards. James Ryan's played a few test matches for the All Blacks. Red hair, he'll probably have a headgear over that now I've said it. He's important, as is Callum Bruce. Still only a young man. Was scheduled to play inside centre, but with Nick Evans out, he's now got to direct this back line, both in attack and defence.
Well, one of their key players, of course, is their captain, Josh Blackie, a representative player, but hasn't played for the All Blacks as yet. Game plan tonight for the Highlanders, according to Josh, is to give the inexperienced back a free rein to show their wares. Might be missing some All Blacks, but they haven't been disadvantaged too much.
Well, their experience not being there is obviously a factor, but the guys we've got in there have been training with us for the last 3 months, and I think they're up to the job. We'll be looking to move the ball wide and see what they can do in this heat.
Yeah. I think that's what both coaches will be hoping, that all 22 can do plenty in the heat tonight. So Josh Blackie, the captain, New Zealand Colts, junior All Blacks, New Zealand Sevens. And he'll be looking for the likes of Craig Newby, who has played 3 test matches for the All Blacks. His 53rd match, the number 8. And now listen for the roar for the Force. They're back at home for the first time in Super Rugby since that exciting 23-all draw with the Crusaders in 2006. The honeymoon might be over. They start their second season with huge expectations, still looking for their first win at home in front of their parochial fans, and over 30,000 expected here tonight to put up with the heat. First of 7 home games in 2007, and they have 4 players on debut: Troy Takiari, Matt Giddo, Ryan Cross and Drew Mitchell.
And if there's ever going to be a night that they win at home, it is tonight. And I think crucial players, Hardy in the front row. He's very mobile. He was dropped out of the side a couple of times last year because they didn't think he was big enough. Henjak is also crucial. We've talked about all the big high-profile guys out wide, but if Henjak doesn't get them the ball quickly and cleanly, you can forget it.
Well, there he is there. They've been calling him the $6 million man, Matt Giddo, the golden boy. Hasn't had much time to get used to his new surroundings and his new teammates, but he's confident everything will gel eventually.
Yeah, well, that's obviously going to be a bit difficult, but we have had time at training, so we have been training together for a while, and things have started to click towards the end of this week. Yeah, no, as a team, I think, we always put that expectation on ourselves to win, but personally, I think a lot of pressure should be on Drew Mitchell.
Ready now. There's in the middle of the field, you got Matt Gitto just waiting for the officials to get ready. South African referee tonight, Jerome Fortain. First Australian match of the Investec Super 14.
TMO is Bradley Weil from Australia. Pro Lakuta from South Africa running one of the touchlines, and James Sholtons is the other touchy. Matt Giddo, get used to it, folks. He's in a new strip in 2007, and the Super 14 underway on Australian shores. And first touch for the Highlanders, the men from the deep south in New Zealand. Inside their own 22, Bruce gets it back to Cowan, and he's going to put it into touch about 15 from halfway.
Just watching Ryan Cross make that first tackle. Quite impressive. His strength was amazing. He tried to lift
Open up. Number 5, wide
the ball carrier off the ground and did so successfully.
If there's one thing rugby league players that come to Union normally know what to do, it is tackle. One of the major features of their sport.
First line out, and Henjak has it.
Stayed strong. Ball will come back cleanly to the force.
There's the pick and drive. Pusey taking it up to the 10-metre mark. Henjak just waiting. Weighing up the options. Gives it straight out now to Richard Brown, the 22-year-old open side flanker. No way through there.
Hawani McDonald made the tackle well to slow things down.
Well, that's good work by the Highlanders. They work
taken in by Blue.
the force pack over, and they get the put in.
Heard referee 14 saying taken in by Blue, taken in by Richard Brown far too high. They were trying to generate renewed momentum. All they did was lose the put into this scrum.
Locks in, please. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
You notice the call there. The scrum packs a little differently nowadays. We'll talk about that throughout the commentary. And there's the midfield bomb from the Highlanders, and coming underneath it is Mitchell, and he's coughed it up on the 10-metre mark. Under a bit of pressure there, just couldn't grab it.
I don't think you can blame Sun. This is one of the rare rugby fields that isn't suitable for daytime fixtures, better for nights because it runs east-west. Western force looking straight into the sun. He had a little bit in there. Quite simply, I think he was put off by the defender.
Wasn't it great to see a scrum just a minute ago, and another one now? This is why there's 30,000 are here.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
So now it's crouch, touch, pause, and then engage.
And you've got to put the ball in straight.
And now an opportunity here for the Highlanders early on. Cowan looking for runners. Finding big Hawani McDonald, the number 6. And Bruce drops it onto the left foot. And Mitchell will just watch it run into touch. In fact, it wasn't Bruce with the kick, it was Jason Kawai.
Clever tactic, just shoot off another 25 metres, and they'll be happy with that sort of tactic to wear them down. Very inexperienced backs. Oh, hello, the force are taking the quick throw and they're off.
Just outside their 22.
A very forward pass they got away with there.
There's the kick from Jimmy Hilgendorf. This was one of the things that John Mitchell wasn't happy with in 2006. The Force's inability to kick their way out of their own territory.
It's all right if you defend like that.
Crowd enjoyed it. It's coming back for the Highlanders, and Cowan gives it out to Bruce, and now they try and go wide. Over the top it goes to Cowan, losing his footing.
There's still space blindside if they get quick ball. No, shut down now.
Hilgendorf forced to make the tackle, and that's the halfway mark. They're good continuity here until that moment. They've coughed it up. Playing advantage here.
Couple of gaps here.
Mitchell, twice he's put it down now. Once under the high ball, that time just snatching at the pass. And not happy.
High, no, not happy at all. Now, just to describe this scrum here, Clarkie, the new rules, they've switched to the under-19 laws, as we see the good pick-up from Giddo, which is crouch, touch, pause, engage. The referee will call that. You would have heard him for the first 2 scrums of the match. Really an issue of long-term safety for the players. Doesn't mean that the scrum is depowered throughout, because they will still be pushing as hard as they can.
Okay, I missed the timing. Time on.
Plenty of water on the field.
Advantage, blue ball.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of players going down. requiring assistance, and fair enough too.
And on the 20th minute mark and the 60th minute mark,
Crouch.
we're hearing that the referee might just call a halt to play for a drinks break.
Give it, 9.
Very untidy scrum.
Picked up at the back by Scott Favour. Shepherd. Won't find touch. And Craig Clare just returning it with a bit of interest. But it's too big in the end. And Ryan Cross will come back to the 22.
Mano, you know a fair bit about Drew Mitchell being an ex-Queenslander.
Yeah.
Fullback, is it his position or you prefer him on the wing?
Well, so far it hasn't looked very good for him at fullback. I do think it's his position because he does run well from the centre of the field in broken play. Either that or a left winger, mate. I don't think there's much difference between the two these days. The back three do work in together if they're all clever and good enough. Here's Mullapola.
Lucky Mullapola, very stocky player. Well tackled on the 10-metre mark. And again, the Highlanders just wanting to test the players at the back, and this time, to the roar of the crowd, Drew Mitchell. The nerves have settled. That'll help him. He took that one cleanly. 10-metre mark, Highlanders territory.
Oh, he's isolated.
He's backed up and made the tackle, Drew Mitchell. Wasn't a great kick. And away they go. That's a chance.
Callum Bruce got on the outside of Cannon. Dummying, taken by Cameron Shepherd. And they keep it going. Mullapola, now he loses it forward though. So wasted opportunities there for the Highlanders because they had the force rattled.
Well, there was a chance for Hilgendorf to come to his right. He's gone long, hasn't put the ball into touch. Mullapola's the one with the opportunity now.
Up over halfway, he goes.
Getting impressive from Gareth Hardy there. He was the man that got way back down there and saved, or got his hands on the ball to secure it for the force. Big man, 112 kilos, 110 kilos, moving in those conditions.
Everybody open, please. Look at number 5.
Cannon with the throw into this line out. Josh Blackie.
5. Spoke to you
blown up.
twice. 5. Closing the line.
James Ryan trying to get across and close the gap, put pressure on Sharp.
The captain makes it up to the halfway.
Start play on. Start play on.
That was good pressure there from Josh Blackie.
Advantage.
Fortunately for the force, one of the Highlanders knocked the ball on. So we're going to have another scrum. So it's scrappy. And I think it's fair to say we're expecting the skills to be just a little sloppy early on in the season.
Yeah, the ball will get a bit of sweat on it. The balls have a bit of wax on them early in the game and makes it quite slippery when they get sweat on it. The force scrum hasn't been steady on their own feed. It's made it tough for Scotty Favour and Matt Henjack to try and get that ball out to those backs.
Another opportunity to take some liquid on board. One of the players received some treatment. I don't know whether you can read a lot into trial form, but Force fans were pretty happy with their 59-10 win over Samoa. Of course, they lost to the Crusaders 28-12 in a pre-season game in Melbourne. It was a bit tight at half-time, though. The Highlanders, they lost 17-15 to the Reds in their only pre-season game. This match last year when the Highlanders hosted the Force in Dunedin. Force led 15-8 before losing 25-22. What will it be in 2007?
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
And Jack
Play on.
gives it now to Shepherd.
He spotted some space. It was actually an intentional kick into that area to give his chasers plenty of time to put pressure on.
And Clare off the side of the boot, puts it into touch. So good field position here for the Western Force. 9 minutes gone. 0-0 at Subiaco.
5 again. Hang on, guys. White, take a step over, please. Now, number 4. Please. Look at that. Yes. You take a half a step, though.
The fans waiting to see what this new look back line can do. Hilgendorf from a standing start. Guitar! Oh, straight through. Up towards the 22. And the penalty goes against the Western Force. Hot on attack. Holding on.
We're going to mark 10 metres for the interference by Scott Faber after the penalty was awarded. Well, I tell you what, the fans liked it. It was a mixed up, rough old line out. The ball came to Matt Gitto. He was 12 metres behind the line of the line out. There was nothing on. He didn't deserve to make a bust there. Good sign.
Well, I know it was Matt Gitto that got penalised in the end there for holding it onto the ball on the ground. He'll be saying, come on, support, where were you? I need you closer to me.
There it is there. Purely footwork allowed him to get around Kowal. So he's gone to the ground there. He did have the man on him. It was good defence by not going off his feet there. I think it was Cullen Bruce.
Play on. Time on. Play.
Here running repairs on the side on the referee saying it's time on.
Yes, you can come.
That's another edict from the IRB.
Richard Brown off. David Pocock, the local, on for number 19.
Good take at the back there by the Highlanders.
18 years old. David Pocock.
It's an advantage.
Advantage being played here for the Highlanders, and Bruce puts it down.
Collapsing the maul. That was a second penalty against you.
Penalty goes against Rudy Venelago, collapsing the maul.
Number 90 not to go over the
It's an opportunity here for the Highlanders to put some points on the board. And after the first 11, I'd have to say that the visitors
going for post.
Just have the edge.
Well, no, the game hasn't had any rhythm to it whatsoever. Basically been played in the 50 metres between the two 22s. No real flow, no real consistency from either team.
Just one glimpse of what Matt Gitto brings to the force. Nervous start for the new recruit, Drew Mitchell, at the back. A couple of fumbles. And we haven't seen Ryan Cross in any space at all.
Well, it's hard when you're playing with a guy like Matt Gitto that if you haven't played with him before, because he is so elusive. He's not only elusive for the defence, as an attacker, you've got to try and chase him around the field to get him supported him.
You've got to pick him up. You're exactly right, Guernsey, which is surprising.
First shot at goal for Callum Bruce, the 23-year-old, his 11th appearance in Super Rugby. And a great start. 3 points to nil. The Highlanders over the Western Force.
Yeah, you were over.
13th minute.
Okay. Is the other guy off? Number 19.
Is Richard Brown, number 7, open side flanker, back on, Pocock off. Blood big.
And the restart from the force.
Dropped it cold.
I think he had a very large look, Matt Saunders there. He looked at the ball and he thought, I'll check the opposition out, and that's it. You won't have a look at this. Watch his eyes just flicker slightly. Staniforth all over him.
One of those moments you don't want to look and see the faces of your teammates around you. You look down to the ground, get that back to your position and keep quiet.
Crouch. Touch.
Here's an opportunity for the force to hit back. Henjak with the put in.
That's better ball.
It's Hilgendorf. Right cross. Gives it to Shepherd. Good tackle though. Still there. To the left they work it. Sharp cut-out pass. Staniforth, their leading try scorer last year. Their player of the year, in fact, with 9 touchdowns. And here's Henjak having a dart on his own. Great field position. They go to the short side. Staniforth needs support, though. It's still there. Gitto at scrum half. Gives it now to Faber. Running onto it. Hilgendorf! And straight through he goes. There's the first try of the season for the Western Force.
Oh, picked his man straight past Hoani McDonald. He realised it was a forward. McDonald was looking wide, thinking maybe they were going to be the ones under threat, and Hilgendorf just took off. But they'd worked this hard. This is the 5th phase play. There's Hilgendorf, looks up, he knows there's a gap. He realises the forward, he's got through it. Looked good. He had 2 boards to run around, and he knew he was going to score, Kearnsey.
Yeah, there was a bit of a dummy run there by someone who created the opening. Might have been Cameron Shepherd standing there. And Hilgendorf sort of came out from behind Shepherd and just looked up to see a massive hole there.
Runner on the angle, jammed up the defenders, and it opened up for Hilgendorf.
Won't he be happy with that? Moved from 15 to fly half last year, making a huge impression before a punch ended his season halfway through the 2006 Super 14. And from right in front, Shepherd adds the extra 2 to the Western Force, to the light of this parochial crowd. And Subiaco leads 7 points to 3.
James.
Forgotten all about that punch, Clark. Remember, was outstanding. Broke something, didn't it?
That's right, the eye socket. And that's his first try in Super Rugby.
Oh, it's a super pass by Scott Faber as well to put him through there. Right in front, didn't have to abbreviate his running at all.
Alan Bruce with the kick-off now for the Highlanders. Good pressure there from the Highlanders, but it's into touch on the far side.
Well, it's first and knock, bro.
You'll find that it came off one of the visitors' hands.
So one of the guys that was impressive in that movement from the Force was Scott Staniforth. Twice he hit the ball up. One of them, he absolutely lassoed his opposite winger, who went down injured for about a minute afterwards. So strong and powerful.
Keep it like that. Sorry, hang on. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Stay steady. Guys, I'm right here.
Matt Henjack just saying to referee
So I'm going to
14.
stand and wait till you're stationary.
Can't put it
and then
into
we can
that.
go. Crouch.
This one there's a break. Lasso, is that the
Engage.
word for the day?
That's a technical term.
Penalty.
Binding. You went straight down on the arm.
There's the Highlanders.
Straight down on
Not
the arm.
binding. Chris King, Jason McDonald, Clark Dermody
It is
up
binding
front
in.
for the Highlanders. Hardy, Kennan and Takiari for the Force.
12. Yeah, thank you.
I thought it was the prop this side, Chris King, that got penalised there, Kearnsey, but he was binding. He just happened to pull down.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe there was a call from the touchy on this side.
Skill with you.
7-3, the Force over the Highlanders. 17 minutes gone, first half.
Well, Force have got a short line out. 4-man, 5-man line out. They've got their runners in the middle of the field, their back row.
Taken well by Sharp, and that's a good run right through the middle. Kennan out to Sharp.
So play on.
Rudy Vetalago. And Jack made the initial run. Now he's in position to feed the backs if he wants to. And there it is. Hilgendorf, the try scorer, dummying. Hilgendorf gives it to Ryan Cross. Up to the 22 they go, the Force. Here's Hilgendorf again, having a wow of the game, but this time it's gone behind. And Staniforth is there to clean up.
Well, they're lucky to get away with that.
Henjack, Faber, inside ball, Kennan.
Leave it right.
Taken there by Saunders.
If they go wide, no, the ball's not coming quick enough.
And there were some forwards out wide in that back line.
Hilgendorf. Now Sharp, the inside ball. Mitchell wanting to get his hands on it.
Locked on.
And he has...
No one's at
Here's
home.
trouble.
No one's at home, and the Highlanders have got the speed.
It's scrum half on scrum half. Cowan and also Henjack. I think you'll find that Brown got back there in front of the scrum halves.
Well, it was Drew Mitchell who made the error, and that's why there was no one at the back for the Force. Shepherd called upon to clean this up.
On bounce, into touch. Line out just inside Highlanders territory.
Gee, there's a lot of walking going on out there.
You've just joined us. It was 38 during the day. They believe it's still just over 30 degrees at 7:30 at night.
Well, the sun's nearly gone from the ground. I'll all be happy when that disappears.
Well, the Force didn't realise there was no one at home at that stage. A couple of them turned and chased. I think that was Richard Brown ended up getting to it first, just in front of Jimmy Cowan. Could have been dangerous.
Henjack's a little lucky too because he was interfering with Cowan a bit, dropping the shoulder in the chase. Cowan, Bruce, quick hands, Saunders, and now over to Lucky Mullapola on the right wing. Haven't seen a lot of their left wing flyer, Viliami Wonga Saduadua, the Fijian-born player. We've got a player down in back play as well.
Penalty. The Force, I think, ruled here. Did notice Matt Henjack made a tackle there from that line out and did go down.
Thank you. You don't need anyone because the ball was coming to you. He was going to play you. So I'm going to put you for 10 minutes in the bin.
Oh.
Yeah, Clark Dermody belted. I think, was it Matt Henjack he ended up belting?
Ask him. It's a penalty.
Clark Dermody in the sin bin for 10 minutes.
Here it is here. Yeah, it was. It was Matt Henjack. Dermody wanted to carry on with it. Sure they'll be putting an ice vest on him and telling him to plonk it for 10 minutes.
A little bit harsh. I mean, halfbacks are particularly niggly, and you do like to punch them.
Not in front of the referee or the touch judge.
I said I was not going to call you.
The television cameras for that matter. Taken by Vetalago. Hilgendorf, cut out pass. Here's Ryan Cross, warming up. Taken by his opposite number, Saunders. Copybook tackle. And
turnover.
Yeah. Shepherd.
Oh, that's well played.
That is brilliant.
Brown.
Oh, there's a collision. Oh, hold on. You've got to be on your feet to play the ball.
Yeah, touch judge called it. Had a mention to the referee. Richard Brown is just going to the breakdown a little high, and both times he's had Hawani McDonald there to smash him.
Well, he's not well either. He's taken a while to get off the ground, Richard Brown. Have a look at him. He's already been to the blood bin once. This is the collision. Oh, that is tough. No wonder he was a little bit loose letting the ball go. But that's what the penalty's for.
That's all right, you can take it after
Josh Blackie, you've got to be on your feet, not leaning on people when you grab the ball on the ground.
7-3, the Western Force over the Highlanders.
It's only one guy.
Only 1.5 gone. 2006. You see there the Highlanders ended up on 27 points in 9th place. The Western Force at the bottom of the table with just 12 points. A couple of draws and the one win over the Cheetahs. They're competitive in many of their matches though. That's why I think the parochial fans here are quite optimistic about their chances. Some big name signings. Cameron Shepherd. 70%.
It's a stat that the Force have to keep their eye on is they've turned the ball over 6 times tonight. They're only 20 minutes into the game.
Not a bad attempt, but no, just to the right. So it's still 7-3.
Timeout. We're going to have some water break.
Calling a little drink break here. Is referee Fortain. I reckon he probably needs a drink as well.
Now, this is sensible. Clarkie, just correct me if I'm wrong. This isn't in the international IRB laws, but it's a sensible approach to refereeing.
Yes, I can hear you.
Pragmatics.
Possibly an IRB or a SENSA directive because common sense must prevail. It is the first weekend in February down under. I don't think there was much of an issue in Auckland for the Blues versus the Crusaders earlier on. But of course we've got matches being played in Durban, Brisbane tomorrow night. Fa'atau from the Hurricanes, top try scorer in 2006, and you can see there that Staniforth from the Force and Sterling Mortlock from the Brumbies were equal second on 9. Go down to Shepherd, he was fifth equal on 7. So they were able to score some tries, the Western Force. Unfortunately, not enough of them. There's Scott Staniforth there, forced his way back into the Wallabies after a break of about since '99, wasn't it?
That is the incumbent test inside centre. This is Hilgendorf, though, the man who's creating some of the space. Tonight he's doing a lot of running, going at the defence. We've seen him score the try. That was a pass from the base. This is the try, actually doing the running on his own and finishing things off. Had a clever night so far and pretty happy with that first try of the season.
Possibly the Highlanders' defence might be just keeping an eye on Giteau, thinking that most of the ball's going to go to Giteau, but at times it's been sent past Giteau to Cross, or Hilgendorf's throwing the dummy.
They're pretty narrow in defence when that try was scored, the Highlanders. There was plenty of them there. They should have had it covered.
So they've taken some liquid on board. Probably see that around the 60th minute as well. On the scorcher in Perth. Favour. Now Drew Mitchell. Under the left foot. Clare takes it well. Craig Clare. On debut for the Highlanders. Straight down the throat of Henjack, across now to Hilgendorf. Has he overcooked that?
Sure has.
Yes, he has.
Right option, wrong technique, and result.
And we come back to the halfway mark.
What can we expect tomorrow night in Brisbane, Marto? Weather-wise?
Well, weather-wise, I think it's just under 30 and humid, mate. Well, it was when I left there, so I figured it still will be. And the Hurricanes will be struggling. With the temperature, of course.
Take it the back by Newby. Bruce moves it out now to Carwell. Up to the halfway, so they haven't been able to get over that advantage line. Cowan. Back to the big number 5, James Ryan. Line test for the All Blacks. Remember, they're down a man at the moment, the Highlanders. Dermody. The sin bin. Wonga Sadua losing it.
Ryan Cross making the tackle.
Can't allow him to play in the ground.
Cross was up high. I think Hardy might have been down low.
Who are you changing?
No, Takiara.
Number 6, okay. Time on. Let's go, Blue.
This guy has a huge rap on him. Jamie McIntosh in 26 has gone on because Clark Dermody, the tight head props on the sideline, they've had to take Hoani McDonald off to allow this scrum to go ahead. This guy is a unit and highly rated for a 21-year-old, Jamie McIntosh.
Well, you would think that the number 17 jumper is the biggest jumper in the kit, and it wasn't big enough for Jamie McIntosh, we're told. So the man on debut for the Highlanders
No, thanks. Number 2
is in number 26.
That does both sides, okay. Time out.
Maybe they just got the numbers mixed up. Kearns,
Can't shout at me like that,
players.
Let's keep it cool. It's fine.
Not many. I was just looking him next to the hooker. There's not many bigger than him. We might have to go to South Africa to get a jersey. Borrow one of Ollie LaRue's.
Swap jerseys with Rodney Blake only.
Yes.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Normally to be Carl Heyman.
Stay.
Number 3 jumper. He's being arrested with Oliver. Now here's Staniforth. Taking it into contact. Henjack, quick hands. Number 6, David Pusey. Sharp again.
Twice the first receiver in these set of phases.
And Henjack gives it out to Brendan Kennan. He runs into his opposite number, Jason McDonald, and also Saunders, who likes to tackle. Now here's Matt Giteau with the kick. And coming through, Staniforth for Craig Clare. Got there just in the nick of time. Cowan. A fine touch.
I just wonder, Marto, if that is a tactic to have Nathan Sharp playing first receiver so many times.
Well, in the end, what they were trying to do was they went twice, 3 times on that left-hand side, then they squeezed it back with Cannon, and then they were looking to go wide. Nothing on. Giteau's looked up, but with man on man, that's why he threw the grubber through. Yeah, mate, they love Nathan Sharp, first receiver. Here goes Henjack.
Back to Sharp.
Inside. The Highlanders 22. Charging on it now is Brown. Henjack. Hilgendorf. Here's Ryan Cross. Standing inside Matt Giteau on that occasion. Giteau picks it up. No way through there. Lays it back. They go to the left. Favour.
It needs to reconsolidate the momentum.
Mitchell having a run.
Crossfield ain't going to do it.
Advantage.
And Mitchell has dropped it again. He's just having a horror night. Drew Mitchell trying to get involved.
Careful. Careful. Sir.
Mistakes at the breakdown, mistakes out in the open for Drew Mitchell tonight. And I'm sure that's what he was trying to force something, but ran a crossfield, and you have to find somebody on the angle if you're going to do that.
So, mate.
Look at that, on impact, straight away, ball went to ground.
It's not protecting it.
It's a waste of, what, fourth phase possession. They put the pressure on and then they waste it like that. Yeah, the message has gone out. One of the trainers having a chat to him. I'm sure John Mitchell's just told him, settle down.
Yeah, you just get the impression that he is a little nervous and he's trying a bit. It's impossible to try too hard, but just got to relax a little bit.
Hello.
If you try and push things, they often don't come.
No, all those ones were good,
The
except the one
Highlanders
we had to
holding
stop.
on. Remember, they're down a man, Clark Dermody in the sin bin. The Force unable to make the most of the extra man. 7-3.
Crouch.
26 minutes gone.
Pause. Engage.
Game of the season. Allen putting it in. And Newby picks it up at the back and has a dart. Gowan. Back it goes. Bruce onto the left foot. A pretty good touch finder. Up towards the 10-metre mark.
Got themselves out of danger, but it's 7-3. I'd love to see some more points before half-time. It's been fairly sluggish stuff so far.
Cannon finds the target. Henjak. Hilgendorf. Cut out. Giddo again. His right cross. Beat one. Up over the 22 he goes. Pops it up for the support.
Richard Brown put it down, I think, in support.
He needed someone right on his hip. They're a bit late getting there. Popped it up and they couldn't control it, but looks good. Ryan Cross.
Geez, it was worth throwing. It's the length of his limbs that's giving Kawau, his opposite number, a bit of trouble. Yeah, that was worth. There was a bit of traffic there in the way for Richard Brown as he tried to catch it.
Yeah, I think Blackie may have even got a hand to it.
Crouch. Touch. Okay, everybody break up.
Really long stride, Ryan Cross. Makes it difficult for defenders to wrap up both legs at once.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
McIntosh needs to get his hand off the ground on this side of the scrum. Every scrum.
Jimmy Cowan is putting it into touch. Trying to eat up the minutes while they're down a man, no doubt.
Yeah.
Only 9 tests for the All Blacks, but didn't get a breather. 22 of their top players rested for the first 7 weeks.
No, can't.
Quick line out again. Away they go.
Gannon back on the inside. Hardy. But they've been called back. Touch judge's flag is up on the far side.
Oh, spectator try, though. Crowd loved it.
And he stepped away, so it's a free kick.
I don't think Dave Pusey did. He had to run all that way as he strolls back again.
Gannon and Hardy also had to do a bit of running as well.
Oh, it didn't go the 5 metres, but Josh Blackie, he wants to take a quick tap.
Well, they're inside the Force territory. There's Ryan. Straight into the traffic.
Let us go, Blue.
Gowan. Bruce.
Hands out.
All the way through the midfield. Edging forward, though, the Highlanders.
Advantage.
Penalty against the attacking team, holding on. And Henjak takes it quickly. Brown.
Oh, great hands.
Now Pusey. Has he got any petrol left in the tank? Kicking on the inside. Gitto. But getting back there to win the race was Craig Clare. We'll come back to the 22. You know, just trying to catch the napping, almost paid off.
Well, there were some good hands to finish it off. Pusey. It was initiated by Gitto. There were the good hands. Shepherd threw a beauty. Pusey knew he didn't have the pace. Got hammered for his trouble. Gitto. Kick just went a little bit long.
Highlanders in no hurry to restart. 30 and a half minutes gone. 7-3 Western Force over the Highlanders.
Well, the thing is, when Clark Dermody, their tight head prop, comes on, they also recover their blindside flanker. Hawani McDonald can come back. Oh, that's a shocking piece of miscommunication between
Mitchell
and Hilgendorf.
Hilgendorf again. Oh, it's a horror start to the Western Force campaign for Mitchell. Nothing's going right for him.
Guernsey, maybe I can get back to you now with the answer. Maybe Drew Mitchell is a winger.
Early days yet. I'm sure the nerves will still be a problem for him out there. Just needs to get into a little bit of space. The way he'll do that is to hold the ball. So we'll get the throw into the line out, but it's a line out that they had to win inside their own 22. Hilgendorf.
Now, I don't know whether that's a tactic, but I don't like to see kicks go straight down the middle. It gives too many options to the opposition.
Longest to do a 10-metre mark. Force territory.
There's a big hole in front of Bruce.
Bruce goes wide now. That's good play. Molly-Pola.
Oh!
They need support. Saunders was over there. Back on the inside. Western Force stretched down. The Highlanders charging towards the line.
That's a try.
Can they get it down?
Yes, they have. There's no doubt whatsoever that's a try. To Josh Blackie, the captain.
Well, he's going to go upstairs.
Bradley,
Yeah, you go on.
I believe a try has been scored. Can you confirm, please?
I'm confirming that a try has been scored.
Thank you.
You heard the question. Please confirm the try has been
Here we go.
scored. And Josh Blackie, he knows he scored it all right. Greg Martin thought he saw it on the line as well.
Oh, there's no doubts whatsoever. That went straight to the ground here. There it is.
Yes.
You don't need any other angles.
Thank you, Bradley.
So Bradley Wild, the TMO, television match official, confirming it's a 5-pointer for Josh Blackie, the captain.
Just seemed to me that the Force defence was a little bit lazy there.
You're exactly right again, Guernsey. They, at the start, when Callum Bruce had to make the decision, he had a gap in front of him here, but the Force jammed in, which then opened up out wide. The scrambling was all right. When here, you go, Shepherd went bang and then made the tackle there on Saunders, but then it came again. This is where they were lazy again. Look, players not getting back quick enough, not being desperate enough. Whereas the Highlanders were.
Yeah, not only did they had to come in from behind to try and stop that. I think it was Vetalago more or less came in from the side with not a lot of aggression, and that's what allowed. He was tired from running back in this heat there. Most of the way, 35 minutes almost into this half. The guys are tired. There's Vetalago comes in, tests.
But it was always on out wide for the Highlanders. Bruce sent the cut-out pass wide.
It was good,
stretched them.
Good judgment by this young man. He made, well, I'm sure he had a good call, but he ran at the defence and then threw it wide. That sucked them in and jammed them, and then when it went wide, they had the numbers.
So the Highlanders, no hit back, 8-7 now.
I hate to say it again, but Drew Mitchell missed a tackle too. Just fell off a tackle easily, which meant Shepherd had to make two.
Giddo with the restart. Wani McDonald takes it on his own 22. To Bruce onto the right foot this time and safely into touch.
This is the time, 5 to go in the half, when you really have to, 6 minutes 25 to go in the half, that you've got to concentrate.
Number 10.
Really got to switch on. You are tired. It's been hot.
There's a change being made here. Hilgendorf's coming off and Haig Sayre, who's a reserve winger normally, he's come on. Gitto gone to 5'8". Scott Staniforth gone to inside centre. Haig Sayre to the wing. Comes to Gitto now.
I'll have to try and find out what has happened to Hilgendorf, the try scorer. His favour. Look for support, it wasn't there. And it's loose on the ground. And that's just sloppy from the Force, but fortunately they come up with it now.
Staniforth, something will happen.
Back into the traffic he goes, setting it up again.
Coming from the side, it's cleared up. It was a knock there from White. Can't allow number 8 to come from the side and bind there.
Spotted a knock on by the Highlanders. And yet, I thought the Force had the ball, so was he playing advantage there, or was there a double?
Crouch. Let's see what impact this has. Gitto now will get his hand on the ball quicker and even more. Staniforth, where he was the player of the year last year, back at inside centre.
Going down, guys. On the down push, number 2 blue. Just cool it, listen to the whistle.
If they get clean ball here, the Highlanders defence is going to have trouble holding them out. Shepherd looming menacingly behind Gitto at fly half.
Crouch.
Germany back on there, so they're back to the full complement of 15. The Highlanders. Initial report from the sideline is that James Hilgendorf has a groin problem. Here's Gitto, quick hands. Mitchell, and he loses it again.
Leave it now, blue, leave it blue.
It's a horror night for the former Queensland Red, Drew Mitchell.
Oh, that's a good option.
Away they go, finding some gap. This time Mitchell came from behind to effect the tackle, but it's still there for the Highlanders. Wonga said, do a doer. This guy's got some shoes on him, let me tell you, but this time the ball's going to evade everybody. There was a knock on there by the Highlanders.
That was a knock that way. Although it seems like his back was there.
And again, that 50-metre gain by the Highlanders comes from a Drew Mitchell mistake. Having a horror night.
But also, we were expecting so many things from the Force back line, and yet the more inexperienced Highlanders are chancing their arm and having a dig out wide. That could have been anything on that occasion if the ball bounced up into the hands of Viliami Wonga-Sadua. It was good night.
Force, engage.
I just sense that the Force have switched off a little bit. They got in the lead. They're looking pretty comfortable for a couple of minutes. And they've just dropped their intensity a fraction. The Highlanders have increased theirs.
Those mistakes, and Drew Mitchell's responsible for a lot of them, those mistakes don't help you grow any momentum or rhythm.
Engage.
Well, we just saw Hilgendorf with ice on his groin.
Harold Halligan, former Kiwi League international, the kicking coach for the Force, on the bench as well. Gitto, clearing kick.
That's a huge turn
to the head of Craig Clare, back inside his own 22.
And a huge pressure as well too. He made that kick.
Now that is a super kick. If it rolls, it does. Trickles out.
That's fantastic from Craig Clare. His Super 14 debut.
Again, the urgency to get to that kick from the Force was not there, and it was a superb kick.
Well, there was nothing wrong with Gitto's, but then Craig Clare has pumped that one back with about 10% interest.
.37.5 gone, and pressure again on the home team here. Highlanders taking it to the locals.
That's straight.
Looks like the Highlanders will get the last chance to put some points on the board this half.
And down and on there.
And just looking about how wide they are, they're keen to give it to the backs.
Yeah, Wonga-Sadua out very wide.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Stay.
Cowan. Good scrum from the Highlanders. Bruce. Go out. Cut out pass. Clare up from fullback. Thanks, made the tackle. Who wants it?
There it is. Turnover. Penalty.
Saw a hand in there. The referee right there.
14.
And he's got Scott Staniforth. Hand in the ruck.
Well, you've got to take the shot for goal. There's no doubts at all. With 1 minute to go until half-time, Staniforth a little bit over-enthusiastic to regain the seed. There's Clare. Nothing going on there. I don't know whether you'll see Staniforth in there, but they were burrowing away with the hand after the ruck had started.
One from two so far tonight for Bruce. The Highlanders will be pretty happy with this.
That's a good result for first half.
8-7 they lead at the moment.
Considering they're down a man for 10 minutes. Sure, John Mitchell will sense this drop in intensity from the force. He mentioned before the game how strong the Highlanders are, how determined they are, how traditional they are. He's right.
There's the angle and the distance for Bruce. And he's missed it. Let off there for the force, so it's still 8-7. As the half-time hooter sounds at Subiaco. A warm night having an effect on the players. At the Western Force, for a moment, looked as if they were going to live up to their name. Wasn't to be, and Phil Kearns, 1 point in it.
Yeah, it's certainly pretty tight, Clarkie. The Highlanders got off to a great start and looked pretty good early on, and then the force hit back. That try from Hilgendorf was impressive, and some good bits of play from Giddo that we've seen so far. But they've dropped their intensity, dropped their level of concentration, and they've allowed the Highlanders back into the game. A lot of work to go in this second half in the heat, Clarkie.
Far too many mistakes from both sides, in particular the force. And at half-time, it is the Highlanders leading the Western Force 8 points to 7. The Highlanders have it by 1 point at Subiaco. Let's get some reaction from the Western Force dressing room now, and their coach has been kind enough to join us, John Mitchell. John, I guess you wouldn't be too happy with that first 40.
Yeah, a little bit untidy, mate. We could be a lot better than that. We're a little bit untidy in our first 50, especially the back three. There was a little bit of untidiness there, but just a little bit impatient with the ball. We did build pressure for long periods of time there. I think if we can hold on to the ball for 3 phases, it'll bring us opportunity, Clarkie.
Did you address the lack of intensity about the 25-minute mark?
Yeah, we're trying to lift the tempo out here. It is pretty hot. They're walking and struggling a lot. So, we want to keep the tempo up, don't slow it down.
So it's clear they are feeling the heat, John?
I think both sides will, but I guess it's going to come down to strategic replacements in this second half.
Well, mate, good luck.
Yeah, mate, the roller coaster ride started again, isn't it?
Thanks, John.
Cheers, guys.
Blue captain, ready to go?
The referee, JC 14 from South Africa, says let's get it on for the second half at Subiaco. Sun disappeared from the field now, should make it a little more pleasant for these players. Clare with the kick, and well taken by Shepherd. Across now to Gitto onto the left foot.
That's not out either.
This is Lucky Mulapolo. Kick and chase. Mitchell holds on to it.
Stay on.
Well, if that's one thing that can give Mitchell some confidence for tonight. Took the ball, stayed in play, fed it back.
Now here's Waka Sadua. And up over halfway they go, the Highlanders, finding some gaps. This is a good start. This is the captain, Blackie. Over the top it goes. McDonald, the hooker. Force get across and cover.
That slowed things down, allowed the force to regroup.
But he's playing advantage here for the Highlanders. So an early penalty, which is kickable.
There's a rock already, mate. You out of it. Hands in.
Not the start the locals were looking for, but gee, some big holes early on there in the force defensive line.
Well, they're not taking the points. Callum Bruce has stepped up and said, no, we want to go for the 5 points for the try. Line out 5 metres out from the try line.
What was number 6? What did you do? On the get up?
So real pressure here.
And at the force already.
For the force.
I'm going behind.
McDonald. He ran onto that pass from Blackie. If there was a back running onto it, it could have been a 5-pointer at least for the Highlanders. Wasn't to be, but now they're going to hammer home the advantage here. That's the game plan.
First time they've pulled it down and driven.
There's the drive now from the Highlanders.
No, couldn't see it.
Still there. Penalty.
not going to do that again.
Chris
Otherwise,
King
it's not gonna
arguing.
be- It's number 1 again. I couldn't see. It was one of your guys going to ground. Go 10, please. Thank you. No, that was fine to me.
Josh Blakey not happy with the penalty. I don't know if you saw it in back play, but Jimmy Cowan was giving one of his forwards an absolute shellacking verbally. I think it was Helani McDonald he wasn't happy with.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be happy with Matt Gitto. Hasn't put that penalty into touch. I know it's gone long. They should get the line out, throw out, and back in.
Banana kick there. They still get possession.
5. Cappy. You need to let him come down before you take him in. Not in the
Richard
air.
Brown forcing that breakdown,
Yes, I've got him.
forcing the penalty down the other end of the field.
Cannon. It's sloppy, but Hardy goes back and cleans it up. That's the halfway mark.
Right. Leave it right. Advantage.
Barney's being played here. Penalty's going to go
Tackler
against.
must release. Tackler must release.
He asked him twice to leave it wide, leave it wide.
But Tawani McDonald was the tackler. Geez, a big, imposing character.
This time, Ghetto finding touch. Well, they just need someone out there to spark something here. Will it be Ghetto? Will it be Cross?
Will it be Shepherd standing behind Gitto? Staniforth at inside centre. They do have the players.
And they've got the ball, although again it's sloppy. Staniforth running straight.
Leave it 7. Leave it 7.
Still there for the force. Or is it?
Going forward. No,
Gee,
that's
hard for your
right.
back line to
You need
attack
to
when their
protect the
first
ball there
steps
only.
from a line out of backwards.
Yep.
Just takes all the momentum away from what they're trying to do.
Yeah, there needs to be more precision, and that is one of the things at this stage of the season. Some of the precision isn't there. Rudy Vetalago is so keen to shovel that off the back, but then it punishes the back line all the way out to Staniforth. He did well to make it back to the line of the line out.
Yeah, Vetalago put under a fair bit of pressure by the jumper next to him,
Time on.
which forced that error.
Come on, nut push. Let's go attack.
Crouch. Touch.
Gareth Hardy.
Engage.
To the right side they go. Here's Mitchell. Taken by McDonald.
Turnover, not released.
Well,
Man on his feet has got the right to the ball, holding on. 15.
It was obvious there. Drew Mitchell went to the ground very easily, which meant one of the defenders was able to stay perched over him and go straight for the ball, which the referee just goes, well, you've been tackled, you must release. That defender is on his feet. He has all the rights.
Thank you. Off you go.
You have a look. In the tackle, he doesn't fight hard enough to stay on his feet. And there it is there. I can't see. Is it Matt Saunders is able to just reach straight over and tell the referee he must get a penalty?
That was Helani McDonald again that made that tackle, forced Mitchell onto his back,
James.
which made the ball available for the next defender.
sea of blue here.
The Blue Crew. Yeah, the Forces Barmy Army.
Replacement immediately. I'll wait for him.
They haven't had a lot to cheer about. 11 penalties in the match.
Time on.
Rudy Vetalago coming to the sideline.
Holding on.
Looks to be a blood bin. So young David Pocock at 19 is on there again.
There's a bit of confusion there. The ball was let to bounce by Haig Sayre.
Go number 2, blue.
Latest report about James Hilgendorf, who scored the first try in the match for the Force. I'm told that the groin injury should not keep him out of rugby all that long, if any.
Little knock on there.
Well, that's a let-off for the Force. Great field position for the Highlanders.
Good pressure from the Force line out, steaming through there. As soon as the ball was dropped, they steamed through. You see the pressure coming. I think it was Brown again. Or maybe Pusey.
Locks. Crouch. Touch. Pose. Engage.
Faber at the back. Gives it to Staniforth. Bruce right on top of him. Back it goes. Giddo onto the left foot.
Would have been a penalty, mate. If you bumped him, that would have
That's
been
what they need.
Into touch.
Well, they need something to spark this crowd up. When you get 28, 30,000 people come along to watch you, you want to get them involved in the event. And at the moment, there's too many errors and too much of the game being played between the 22s in a seesaw. Have a look at them. They're having a dull time compared to what they came here for. I wonder, after seeing that early game this afternoon, high-class affair between the Crusaders and the Blues, intense. When we come to this game here, a lot of mistakes.
Hold it. Thank you. Leave it to me. Thank you. You're off with you though. Captain. 6. I spoke about this. You did it once. You did it twice. Next time next guy will walk for it. Okay?
It's not intentional, mate. He's just trying to get that.
No. That's totally out. No worries. Thank you.
You saw Dave Pusey sort of fall all over the line out there.
Tackled in the air. No, not on the. Not on the. Yes.
See him go up there. He's falling across, tackling the man in the air.
You can't do that, unfortunately. Dave Pusey, he knows that, and I think that's another thing, timing. Whether it's the long backline passes, the angle they're running, or even the jumping in the line out, the timing's slightly off by nearly every player on the field here tonight.
And the Highlanders lead 8 points to 7, which was the half-time score. Now, 10-metre mark. Oh, it goes against the attacking team.
Number 7.
This game just can't get any fluency. It's against Josh Blackie coming in from the side, not staying on his feet. They find touch. So now field position here for the Western Force.
They need someone to do it. Both teams need someone to start doing a bit of talking, start to fire each other up. The crowd are trying to do it for the Force. The Highlanders have to rely on themselves to do it.
I'll tell you what the Force do need in terms of backline play. They need to be taking this ball a little bit flatter. That's Gitto. He knows Henjack's going so well. That initial pass off the top of the line out here to Henjack, from that Henjack to Gitto, needs to be delivered flat, but they don't even win it.
Oh, that was just sloppy.
Well, Brendan Cannon wasn't ready for the throw. The line out started moving and got into position for their jump, and Cannon wasn't even ready.
Hakes there, gives it to Mitchell.
Now, Drew Mitchell, this time, goes to the left foot. Knock back. And Bruce sends it out on the full. So we'll have a line out on the 10-metre mark. Will they get it right this time?
Number 3, Blue.
Change here.
Take the Ari off.
Angus Scott coming on, his 30th Super 14 match. With the Brumbies, the Reds, and now Western Force. Probably expect to see all of the bench used from both teams as a flat pass. And Ron Cross really couldn't run onto that one. Gitto, cut out pass. Mitchell. Just to redeem himself somewhat tonight, Drew.
Now they'll punch it up through Sharp. Reposition. No, it goes to Cannon. Now they'll want to go wide.
And here's Gitto. And Shepherd trying to burst his way through. Gitto.
There's some holes.
Hardy. Scott.
Hands out.
Henjack. Sharp. Putting some faces together now. His Faber with the pick and drive.
Need to re-establish the momentum now. Going forward.
Henjack dummying. Not a well, it was Gitto, in fact. Sayre, 22.
Leave it now, 9.
Inside the Highlanders 22. Gitto Now they're kicking across field.
Shepherd.
1-on-1. Who wants it? They're into touch, the Highlanders.
Oh, that's super work by Mullapola. Shepherd's a very good player in the air. Mullapola managed to not only stay with the ball, but stay with Shepherd, and there was no net result. But this was one of the early incisions. Gee, they're lucky to get away with that one. 9 phases later, this is where it comes to. Often it becomes an easy try. Mullapola, he put up a great challenge.
Kick needed to be a little higher, a little deeper. Mullapola would have had to go back to it.
Well, that was the best sets of phases that the Force have put together tonight. And what it amounted, it was stretching and then injecting. They were straightening up, stretching and straightening. Finally, they made some holes.
Strong defensive work from the Highlanders.
Advantage, 6.
It's playing advantage here for the Western Force. They continue to charge ahead.
The Force have held it together well. Ball's at the front with Hardy.
3 metres out. Play breaks down.
6.
It's against Huani McDonald. What do they do here? Do they take the 3 or the shot at least?
Lots of time to go. Do you need to be 2 points ahead at this stage?
10.
I reckon you go with the flow.
10.
The momentum's with them.
6.
The flow of the game's with them, and they are. Great idea to pull it down again, drive again, because that thing went very close then.
Very aggressive defence in this line-out position from the Highlanders. Very good work from the Force to keep it together under that pressure.
They'll look for a big defensive effort here from the Highlanders. They'll need one.
They're looking to spoil.
Who's got it? Edging towards the line. Advantage being played here for the Western Force.
I think that was collapsing of the maul.
And Brown driven back. Still there.
This is the right thing. Before shoveling it to Giteau, they need to be going forward again.
There's Brendan Kennan. Hammered there. Henjak. Giteau! Passes it out. Shepherd can't control it. He was playing advantage.
7.
There's a bit of push and shove in the back play, but we'll come back for a penalty.
It's Josh. It's Scott Staniforth, who's nice and aggro.
I want you to set the example. You can't lift someone's leg up in the maul and drive it.
Oh, it was close. Shepherd had been tackled there. I think that's what the dispute was over. Shepherd was tackled before he received the ball after he went into the gap following Giteau.
Dangerous play.
Guernsey, do they go again? Keep on playing. They've got the roll on.
Hang on. Time out. Slow time out.
I think they do. Marno, I think they still had the roll there. It was a nice break from Giteau on the run around there. Shepherd was never going to score
James,
that. He had 3 blokes all over.
Look at him, please. Take some water, gentlemen.
The Force don't score from this one if they elect to play it on.
I need
if they
Graham
don't
here
score,
also
it's a huge boost for the Highlanders. This is where Jimmy Cowan there on the screen, the blonde hair, got a bad whack in the jaw from Shepherd and then got fallen on.
Yeah, I think they're working on his calf at the moment.
Oh, yeah, look, trapped. His leg was trapped underneath. There's where Staniforth upset somebody with that tackle there.
Water for me, please.
Let's hope it's not serious for Jimmy Cowan, just week 1 of the new competition.
Thank you, James. Can we go?
Referee has even called for some water, so he's filling it out there. 13 and a half gone in the second half. 8-7, the Highlanders over the Western Force, just one try apiece.
Almost a minute.
Yeah, that's serious. It's not his calf, it's the bone.
Yeah, they're feeling bone, aren't they?
David
It's
Pusey.
in the danger zone over there. If you guys move the ball wide, he's going to be in your way over there.
It's going to be over there? What do you say?
It's in the danger zone.
Oh. Just on those line-out drives, they're setting blocks in before the ball's even down, so we can't get in.
No, your guys, they hit them. They hit the support players before the time. That must not happen. The jumper must come down.
Because the non-jumpers are coming through.
Okay, I'll have a look at that. Yes. Okay, fine. I'll see where they're in, but don't go before the time.
Newbie and Josh Blackie.
Don't go before the time again, eh?
Having a chat to referee Fortain, trying to explain to him what they'd like to happen.
Timing.
They're saying that they can't get in at the ball carry to defend because the Force guys are blocking in front of them.
Out it. Penalty.
Well, we'll get another chance to have a look, Kernsey. It's about to go on again. Another line out, 5 metres out.
We just need a back of the bag.
Somebody's left their bag on the left of Brendan Cannon there.
Favour has it for the Force.
Number four white and number 5 white.
Here's the drive.
5 white.
5 and 2 are going to get penalised here any second.
5 white.
Still going. Into touch.
Good defence.
1 metre out.
White ball.
Well, that's fantastic defence by the Highlanders. Yeah, they're only about a half a metre out, in fact.
All right, they're throwing the line out. They were able to put it into touch. Have a look at this. It did start to splinter up. There was still only 2, 3 Force players left at the end and 3 defenders. You needed at least 5 Force players to be still involved in that pincer movement.
One of Sharp.
He was the one with the ball that was bundled into touch.
Shoulder doesn't look well.
Lots of stoppages here. A hot night. Got to 38 in Perth. Half an hour before kick-off. 32 degrees. The captain is up there, but it's still the Highlanders hanging on to this 1-point lead.
Thank you.
JC McDonald, the hooker for the Highlanders, with this important throw-in. Finds Newby.
Highlanders time for a rolling ball. Try and get it out of there.
Cowan. Finding touch.
Now they've been defending for nearly 5 minutes down, perched 10 metres within their line. That's a super effort for them to be there.
Still good field position here for the Force. Kennan. Can he find the target? Going to Sharp, no problem. Straight down to Henjak. Gitto. Here's the move. And Gitto can't find a way through. But here's Henjak. Short ball. Hughesy hit hard. And
lost it.
Losing it.
Oh, James Ryan, the second row for the Highlanders, has punched it 80 metres downfield.
And Mitchell just getting back there. And Walker's a doer. Takes Mitchell. Needs support.
Look out.
This is a great chase by the Highlanders. And the Force taking their time getting back there.
That's all right, player.
It's there for the Highlanders. Well, this is a real turnaround. Blackie, Nulipula into touch. But from one end of the field to the other, that's the second time in this match they've caught the Force with nobody home at the back. And it just comes from an unfortunate mistake, just not protecting the ball.
Gareth Hardy making the final tackle there, as you can see, but the big mistake was downfield.
Well, Giddo did the right thing. He took off. He made it over the advantage line by a good 10 metres before it went to Pusey. Ball came loose, and next thing you know, Drew Mitchell's dying with the ball 15 metres out from his goalpost, and we end up with a line out here, and the Highlanders have won it.
So no opportunity here for the Force to clear, and the Highlanders looking to really hammer home the advantage now. They lead by 1, 8 points to 7. Clare up from fullback, and now he loses it.
Oh, surprise. Gareth Hardy made the tackle.
He does get around. Not a heavyweight prop for a loose head. Number 1 for the Force. Gee, this Highlanders team's very impressed by their never say die attitude.
No, come on. No.
They're falling
Just
like
get
10
up.
pins at the moment.
Number 5. Number 5. Just look at me. Just get up, please. You've run over here and we go.
Again, a bit of lack of communication in
They're all
that
trying
Force
to have a
line
breather.
out.
They're all trying to have a breather, and there is an edict from the IRB that they need to just keep the play going.
No, let's go. No, we're not going to do that.
I agree with referee Fortain. James Ryan walked 5 metres away and then just fell to the ground. There wasn't much wrong with him apart from he was stuffed.
Crouch. Touch.
Would you be more definite about that?
Oh, no, I watched it happen, and I think the referee did as well. He was just looking to give his team a rest.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Henjak with the put in. Force desperate to clear. Big scrum from the Highlanders.
Turning.
Oh. Scrum feed to the Highlanders again. The Force looking tired. Just lacking concentration in their own scrum feed.
How often do we see this? The weather, you would think, would be playing right into the Force's hand. Not so.
This New Zealand team coming on strong, the Highlanders right now. Very wide back line, ready to attack from this scrum.
Very slow scrum feed on that last one from Henjak as well, which
No. You're going to work
didn't
on
help with the scrum under pressure.
Don't go on the touch. Right? Yes.
There's the options there. The right at the right-hand side of the screen.
Pause. Engage.
Down puts it in.
Stay. Go back
Wanga Sadua.
Bruce. Cut out pass. It's loose. Cross.
Oh, look outside your son.
He throws one out the back door.
Oh, Mitchell, nice pick.
Cleaned up that one. That's the halfway mark.
Play it. It's out. Play on.
The ball needed to go to hand.
Play it. Knock on.
Knocked on by the Highlanders. Brown.
Right, they need to consolidate the Force.
Giddo gives it to his captain, Sharp. Taken 10-metre mark. Giddo, playmaker, stepping. Got the pass to Staniforth.
Brilliant play from Staniforth to hold on to the ball, then go into the contact.
Here's Pocock, the youngster, 18 years of age, and number 19 jumper. They drive it up another couple of metres, the Force. Will the gap open up? Gitto, well marked.
There's no attackers out here on the left-hand side for the Force. Giddo's been left with no options on about 3 or 4 phases there.
Straight from the side.
And after 4 or 5 phases, you've got a front rower coming in from the side. And there's no excuse.
Just no support. That's the problem for the Force. I think that's what Gitto's saying as well.
Now? I can stop it here for the water break.
Lack of urgency from the players around him. There you go.
Time
Goes
out.
into the contact
Take
situation.
a water break.
And there's Angus Scott just coming in from the side. He made no attempt to come in from
to follow
they
Gitto.
call the gate. So he's blown a stoppage here halfway through the second half, a water break because of the extreme heat here in Perth. And it is 8 points to 7. A scrappy affair with the Highlanders just hanging on. They're led by 1 at half time. Points hard to come by in the second half. Both teams turning down penalty opportunities to kick for the corner, keep the pressure on.
I just noticed on the stats, the Western Force, 3 times they've had 7+ phases. It's gotten them nowhere because they've broken down with mistakes. Highlanders, not a 1. But they're playing a good, strong, spoiling game. When they get the chances, they're turning counter-attack nicely.
Going a bit off-centre, the scrums, mate. Just get it right in the scrums, please.
Kicked a lot more ball as well, the Force have, than the Highlanders.
Almost double the amount of kicking by there's the rucks and mauls. They've had more ball. They've kicked more ball. There's the 7+ phases on the screen now.
Hang on.
Well supported again, the Western Force, opening game of the 2007 season. As the sun goes down here over Perth, 30,704 fans have turned out for this match. And let's hope the next 20 minutes will give them something to cheer about. From either side, points hard to come by.
Careful in the air. Swing wide.
10-metre mark, Force territory. Highlanders with the throw-in. So King is gone from the front row, and Jamie McIntosh in 26 is out there as a permanent replacement. And Ryan goes high and drags it down. Not straight.
Yeah, I was just a little surprised that it wasn't called a bit sooner.
19.
But definitely not in straight.
We're going to scrum on the 15.
W scrum.
Not straight.
Yeah, that was pretty horrid, that one.
9. Blue 9.
It's often called when you throw an extra 2. It's hard to get a 2-throw crooked.
Pause. No, both sides. If you go in there, both sides. Thank you. Come a bit near. Mr. Mark. Yeah, sorry. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Henjak with the put in.
That's a bit better.
Giddo gives it to Ryan Cross and the short ball, and they cough it up again. The combination's not working out there. Playing advantage. Out the back door it goes. Here's the big man, McIntosh, who will come back.
There's no advantage.
Gee, the blind pass from Ryan Cross to Drew Mitchell. I don't think tonight, with Mitchell's form and also being the first weekend, I don't think this is the night to throw it. It was actually Shepherd, wasn't it? Cross to his blind winger Shepherd. It's not the night. The cohesion and timing just isn't there. Anyone can see that. And he was running the same angle, so it was of little use anyway. You had Shepherd running the same angle as Ryan Cross. Same defender could have taken him.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
So Cowan. Free kick.
Must work on it. Not straight.
Not straight.
He'll go to the World Cup.
Mark is there. Mark is here.
Yedid's come down from the top, hasn't it, Marto?
That's what the IRB referee assessors are looking for. We've got Brown on the loose. That's gone forward.
Well, just the coach's nightmare. Starting to panic a little bit now. You saw Ryan Cross trying to just force the impossible pass, and now here we go.
Under the locks.
And there's
Brown. Ball drifting forward.
You'll have to work on it.
It's a case of ambition and ability not matching up for Richard Brown.
The other one do it
and
straight.
Matt Giddo gave him an absolute gobful.
Almost a gurney, you know what I mean? Pulling of faces.
High turnover rate from both sides. 14 apiece.
Just get it right. Split it up. Split it up.
Very humid conditions.
Sorry,
So
I'll do it louder.
they'll use that as an excuse, no doubt.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Oh.
Hold it. No. He went down there. I couldn't see on that side. Thank you. You have too many guys checking to me now. Please ask them, two of them or two.
In this case, something going on the loose head side.
With him.
The four scrum. Nathan Sharp's got to give plenty of weight to Gareth Hardy there. Can't just do his old. Same with Brown.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
That's better.
Newby has it at the back.
He's powerful, Newby.
Leave it blue.
Still inside Highlanders territory. Cowan. And here's Bruce kicking across field.
Oh, one has to do it chasing.
And Mitchell. Saunders and Bruce having a couple from halfway.
Leave it now. No hands wide.
Ryan Cross goes into scrum half. Sharp. Takes in. Hennon. His favour. Pocock.
Not making the advantage line there on 2 occasions so far. Now they've got a bit of dynamic.
And here's Henjak having a run on his own. Up over halfway. Brown. Leaves it behind, out the back door. Gitto gives it to Sharp. And the captain takes it ahead. Hardy. Now set. Inside ball. Staniforth. Tackle around the chest. Gitto just can't find a hole.
Well, the forced attack is just so flat. You need someone running onto the ball.
Here's Ryan Cross. But he thinks he's still playing rugby league. A hitter from dummy half. And now they turn it over. Mulipula needs a good bounce, keeps it on the toe. It's Mulipula, and he's put it into touch. Let off for the force.
Well, part of that was the way Staniforth chased. Mulipula knew that Staniforth was on his hammer. That helped cause the error. I think he got a head start too if we go back to the breakdown. Just check, won't see it from this angle though. As it came out, I don't think he was behind the last feet of the Highlanders. Got a bad bounce and then got a push by Staniforth for good measure.
Well, it would appear that that sort of thing is going to be the one that's going to break this game wide open. I think the next team to score might have enough in the tank to win.
Ty McIsaac on the field. for Brendan Cannon.
Brendan Cannon having a breather. So McIsaac, 2006 Wallaby.
Wait.
That's a mistake from Shepherd.
Across it goes to Clare. And now, with a bit of room to move, Lily Army, but no, didn't take them on. They've turned it over. Gitto, there's the grubber kick. No angle to work with there, Bruce.
Oh, great kick.
Back it goes now. Will they open it up over here on the left? Drew Mitchell.
Oh, that's a disgrace.
And it's going to come off anyway because, Pocock, they leave it behind. Here's Ryan flirting with the touchline. The flag is up. It's a comedy of errors here.
Oh, my God.
No one prepared to put it through the hands. On the right-hand side, we saw Gitto kick it away.
6 blue.
Then on the left, there was Mitchell trying the low trajectory. And
look
Big
at
James Ryan tiptoeing down the tulips.
Oh, that was beautiful. Loved every second of it.
Holding.
12 minutes remaining. Can the Highlanders hold on for what would be an upset? I don't think too many people thought they could win. But they have this record where they've won at least one match in Australia for the last 3 seasons.
Well, let's face fact. The Force has never won at home here last year in 6 games.
Put your hand in front of you. Time on.
Henjak. His favour. Henjak. Ty McIsaac. Fresh legs out there in the pack.
Now
Lead
they're
them
over
up.
the advantage line, Clarky.
And Gitto. Mitchell. Can't find a way through.
Let it go, wait.
Henjak. McIntosh held on to him. There's McIsaac. Sharp. Mitchell.
Let it go, 7. Leave it.
Sharp. Gitto. Going backwards at the moment.
Hands out, right.
And now Gitto. Anything he can do? Let's try and settle it.
Gee, was he definitely inside his 22?
The Highlanders thought not.
They're happy to keep running.
Why not? It's working for them. As the Force are letting themselves down at time with their intensity of chase. Oh, that's a tackle.
There's Saunders.
No hands, blue. It's on, play on.
Cowan. Back to Bruce.
Here's a chance for them.
Clare. The fullback. Will he find touch?
They're the ones in the
Yes, he
lead.
will.
Why not settle things down? 10 to go, just over 10 to go. They've got the lead. They've got control of the game.
And there's just no way through that Highlanders defensive pattern for the Force. The big signings in the off-season. Just unable to penetrate. Early days yet, of course, but time is running out if they're going to snatch their first ever win. Not straight.
Not straight.
Looked pretty good, that one.
Well, it's been a while since the Force have certainly been inside the Highlanders 22. We saw those 2 penalty kicks to the corner. Didn't result in any points.
Oh, that's pretty harsh, I reckon.
Hang on.
Less than 10. If they are indeed big signings, they need to step up and win this game for us.
Force, engage.
It's the Force we're talking.
Too far. Okay, Lucas, work on my mark. There's the mark. Just work on the mark. You're too far. Come up. Thank you. More. Blue. Crouch.
Both teams heading to South Africa after this for their next 2 matches.
Engage.
Next week, the Stormers host the Western Force and the Lions host the Highlanders.
Play.
The tough ones.
Oh,
in the Republic.
class.
Cowan again. Here's Clare wanting to go down to the right-hand side.
Well picked up there, the fullback.
Out on the full. A mistake on that occasion. So now the crowd just starting to lift, the Mexican wave going around the ground here at Subiaco. 30,000 die-hard Force fans just trying to lift their team.
Well, now let's face facts. Possession is incredibly vital. Now they have field position. They need to hold on to possession. There's been plenty of penalties given tonight. That would be good enough for them.
Ghetto. Can somebody work a bit of magic? Here's Ryan Cross. It's big defence on the lead recruit.
Held his ground.
He's a big man.
This defence is awesome from the Highlanders.
A sharp short ball. And Luke Doherty running off his captain. There's the ball.
Good counter-rucking there from the Highlanders.
Short ball.
Oh, how hard has Staniforth tried tonight?
Well, the Force forwards are out on their feet at the moment. Not a lot of urgency there. And eventually that defence by the Highlanders forces a mistake.
They're the moments where the game will be lost. Needed to score points in that set of phase.
Every tackle that the Highlanders make is with venom. They're really hitting hard. They're still fighting to win this match and trying to push ahead further.
My Lucic just told me he's got a problem with you guys hitting on the pause before. They're tight here, they're setting early.
Oh, on the scrums.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at it. Let me just look at it quickly.
Seems like a funny thing for Josh Blackie to be complaining about at this stage of the game. The scrums, the Highlanders is dominant.
Some of it's mental games against the referee, giving them something to think about other than maybe what they were focusing on.
Okay, I've got a mark over here, mate, so move it. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Let's get it square. Good contest, no problem with that. I need it square.
This is all helping the Highlanders. Seconds ticking away.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Okay,
And again,
I can't see that side.
this scrum so far has taken 1 minute and 20 seconds with no result.
Need you guys to work on that.
Just appreciate it for the beauty that it is, Mata.
To get a binding in there, mate.
Well, there hasn't been anything out wide to have a look at tonight, Kearnsey, so I might be with you.
Crouch.
6 minutes remaining.
Pause.
The crowd just doing everything possible to lift the locals. The Highlanders trying to dig deep.
It's too far. You must come a bit near. I want blue.
Well, does it get pretty ridiculous now, Kearnsey? Another reset. Does he just give a short arm free kick and get on with the game?
He's got to. If this one goes down, he has to give a penalty.
Crouch.
A free kick, I should say.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Put it in. You mustn't pull back. Pulling back.
Well, they should have done that 3 or 4 scrums
All
ago.
of you pull back.
But the Highlanders won't complain. They'll take their time.
That could have gone either way.
Penalty.
Callum Bruce.
Well, 2.5 minutes wasted on that scrum, and we come to a line out 22 metres out from the Force line. Incredible. Even less.
At 15 metres out, and a real opportunity here for the Highlanders to silence this crowd once and for all. They came here without a couple of their All Blacks being rested. Heyman and Oliver. They're without Horton and Evans, injured backs. And yet some of the backs tonight might not be household names for Aussie fans. But they've certainly carried on their good form from the New Zealand Cup. They haven't been overawed by the higher profile players on the other side.
That's all right. Let's play it. Play it first.
Now they're edging.
Last
Got the ball
forward
nicely at the back.
Here we go. This will bring a tear to those in the South Island. Dunedin, Invercargill, if they can crash over. Did he get it down? No, he's short. Oh, so close. Try! There it is at long last. We've got some points in the second half.
Time out. Okay.
He's going to go upstairs.
No, hang on. I can't go for that. It's my call. Just go back quickly.
Over the line, you can only
yes,
rule
it's fine. Thank you. So just go number 7 is fine. Thank you.
JC Bradley here, I can hear you.
Thank you. Bradley
here, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you just make sure about if a try was scored legally and just before there?
I'm just checking whether a try was scored.
Thank you.
Over.
To Bradley Wow, the television match official.
Here you go, Bradley.
And you have control of it. That's the key.
Well, the Forcer have asked the referee to ask the question. Certainly looked for a second there that he lost control of the ball. See here, it's slipping out of his hand. I'll need a head-on shot to show that. That angle's not going to do it. Well, there's the ball at the back there. Goes to pick it up. Angus Scott's being picked up and driven out of the way. The ball's sitting at the back there. Here comes the pickup.
No.
We're not going to be able to see from that angle.
I have a decision.
Yes.
JC, the player was off his feet when he picked up the ball. Therefore, no try. Penalty blue, 5 metres out. Not 5 metres out.
I'll give it on the mark here.
Yeah, on the mark. Correct.
No try.
No try. Penalty.
Penalty over there. What is it?
So 4.5 minutes remaining.
Well, we've seen plenty of those good tries scored before, Clarkie, haven't we? Not being picked up for that.
He played off his feet. Penalty, he played off his feet there. Penalty.
Nowadays, you'll find also that the referees are going to say to the television match official, the video ref, can you give me any reason why I cannot award the try? So common sense is going to prevail. If there was a dead set indiscretion prior to the act of scoring the try, it's going to go against the attacking team. So 8-7, the Highlanders still have it over the Western Force. Time running out for the locals.
The Highlanders will be pumped up after having that turn down. The Force have to give Matt Giddo some options. They have to have people running off him. He's been trying his guts out tonight and has had a good game. Not in straight.
Captain. Scrum.
Well, just adds to the frustration.
Over the heads on that side.
Well, two of them have been crucial moments for Ty McIsaac.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
I've seen worse, but he's made the call on those close ones. He's got to stick with it, I guess. Trying to be consistent. And the Highlanders now advantage. Now here's an opportunity. 43 metres out, just to the left of the uprights. Bruce, has he got enough energy left in the legs to try and bang it over and put the issue beyond doubt?
And he'll take a long time to do it too.
Eight, 7 at half time. One try apiece. And if the Highlanders can go on and win this one, you'd have to say it's been a worthy victory.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Clarkie. They've been very gutsy over here in this heat. I hark back to a game the Reds played against the Crusaders about 2 years ago in extreme heat. It was unbearable heat. And we all thought the Queenslanders would run away with it. They'd be used to it. The Crusaders wouldn't be. The match turned out the other way around. Crusaders absolutely dominant in heat, and the Highlanders have shown it as well.
The crowd just trying to remind Callum Bruce that he's in enemy territory.
He hasn't kicked well tonight. His misses have been big misses.
Or will it matter? Just a couple of minutes remaining on the clock. And the Force haven't been inside the Highlanders 22 for a long time. Has it got the legs? It has. What about the direction? No, it's away. So Shepherd. Gitto.
Everybody behind.
Highlanders need to control the ball. Western Force desperate to get their hands on it. There's the dropout from Matt Gitto. Jimmy Cowan. Gives it to Newby. Floating with the touchline. Into touch.
Okay,
Not what the Highlanders wanted. So it's now or never inside the last minute. Ken McIsaac throw it in straight this time. Will some of the big signings in the back line do something? Well, they're from a standing start at the moment. Inside it goes to Shepherd. Now that's the halfway. Doherty. The Highlanders have defended brilliantly right throughout this match. It went backwards, a let off. Here's Pocock.
Yes.
Bruce.
All that. Time out. He's got something. Just move away. Thank you. Thank you. Just move away, guys. Just wait. Thank you. Everybody away.
Touch judge report coming up.
Just over here, after the pass, number 19, White. No arms. It was a late tackle, no arms.
On? Was it 19 White?
19 White.
At the back there.
Yes.
Just go open. Give me the mark there. Number 19. 19. The pass was gone. That was late over there. Don't do it again. Just a warning. You hear what I say to him? Well, where was it?
So it's against Soakai, Orlando Soakai.
Well, they called. Henjak was calling for Shepherd to come and Shepherd to come over to take the kick at goal, but didn't realise they were going to be forced to come back about 15 metres.
Go 10.
We've got 40 seconds to go, enough time to put it down deep and get a line out. This is absolutely the last chance for the Force.
Bradley? Yes, let's go.
He's saying there's still time for the line out. And Gitto. So, here we go. 8-7. Highlanders over the Western Force. The Force.
The biggest pressure here is on Ty McIsaac.
Listen to the crowd roar. They've won it. Can they control it? Ryan Cross into contact. Plenty of Highlanders there. Highlanders will have to be careful not to give away a penalty.
They've held up Doherty.
Leave it, Blue.
It's been turned over. It's been turned over.
Taken in.
Well, they couldn't control the ball, the Western Force. What a disappointing end to a match they thought they were going to win. Matt Gitto cannot believe it. The fans here have been silenced, and the Highlanders start 2007 with a win. They have beaten the Force 8 points to 7 at Subiaco, and it's been a gutsy display by the Highlanders.
Sure has, Clarkie. They really put it in this heat, in the tough conditions that we all expected to favour the Force. The Force just didn't show a lot. Gitto, I thought, was excellent. Staniforth tried his guts out and was good, but just too many other players sitting back and waiting for someone else to do something. The Force will be incredibly disappointed. The Highlanders are elated.
What about that defence, though, from the visitors?
Unbelievable. The amount of pressure, they just kept moving forward on the Force. The Force didn't do a lot to try and baffle them. They didn't create a lot, but still, yeah, Clarkie, you're absolutely right. They were rock solid, and they just kept moving forward, and every tackle had some venom, had some spark in it. Ty
McIsaac will be disappointed with his throw-ins here. Not a lot to celebrate in this opening performance by the Western Force, but the Highlanders, without a couple of their All Blacks being rested, a couple of injured players in Evans and also Horton, a gutsy display, typical good old-fashioned South Island rugby.
Yeah, it was. We know exactly every time how they play, and they do nothing different. They've done nothing different for centuries, but it's just an effective formula. You know, it wasn't a pretty win from them either. Their back line didn't do a hell of a lot, but what they did do is defend well. The force in a huddle at the moment. They'll have to regroup for next week. They head off to South Africa.
Yes, they'll be playing the Stormers next week. The Highlanders heading to Johannesburg to take on the Lions. So 30,704 turning out here at Subiaco, and it's a little bit of the same old medicine. Still looking for their first ever win. Okay, let's get some reaction now. Here's Greg Martin with the Force captain.
Well, Sharpie, you just took a bit of time there to talk to the team. What did you say to them in the wash-up of that loss?
Oh, look, mate, I said, you know, every right to be disappointed. We're not happy with ourselves there. We're a lot better side than that, and you know, it's disappointing to come out here tonight and not finish the Highlanders off, you know, at certain times during that game. You know, I thought we were looking pretty good. We just failed to gather that momentum, and I said that we're better than that, and, you know, we'll front up next week, take tonight, tomorrow, get over the disappointment, and we'll take the Stormers on to Cape Town.
What factor did the Heat have to play tonight in all the errors that were involved in this game?
Oh, you know, obviously the first half was quite hot. The sun was still beaming in here, but you know, the Highlanders had the same temperature, and it's you know, not an excuse. The ball's a bit sweaty and all that sort of stuff, but first games of the year, you've got to come out and put a better performance on the field.
Is there anything good you can take out of tonight's game? Low scoring and also mistake riddled.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it, mate. It's hard when you're playing to take the positive out of that, but we'll have a look at what we did, and there's a few outstanding performances by individuals, but as a team, we just need to play a little bit more mistake-free football. You know, we're trying to play simple patterns, and you know, just pushing past us really hurt us, because, you know, maybe one or two more phases and we would have hurt them. That's exactly what we saw. Thanks, Sharpie. Good luck in South Africa. Thanks, Martin. Well, Josh Blackie, most people had written you off, most experts, but tonight there was an incredible team performance. Based on your defence, perhaps?
Yeah, I think the work we did on our fitness during the off-season has really paid off tonight. We had a big focus on coming here and taking the win, and I think our defence showed our attitude tonight.
You had a young team, but your backs were outstanding, well, especially your backline's a very young team. What were you saying to them? Let's say 20 minutes in the first half, the game seemed to be getting away from you, but all of a sudden, from that point on, you almost dominated.
Yeah, I think our backs showed a lot of composure in their decision-making tonight, and you know, I just kept telling them to put the ball down in front of the forwards and we'd do the rest. And I think it's credit to our back three and our kickers. They did an excellent job.
How much did it surprise you that it was that you were able to force so many mistakes out of the Western Force?
Yeah, it wasn't surprising. You know, this time of the year in these conditions, the ball's pretty slippery, and there's always going to be those little mistakes. I think, yeah, we just stuck to our guns, and we knew the mistakes would come.
Good start for the Highlanders, mate. Good luck to you in South Africa too.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, Josh Blackie scored the try for the Highlanders. James Hilgendorf scored the try for the Force. It was 8-7 at half-time. Quite rare to see a scoreless second half in Super Rugby, but it happened tonight at Subiaco. So the Highlanders pick up 4 points. The Force 1 point for finishing within 7. The Highlanders 8, the Force 7. We'll take a break and then we'll come back and wrap it all up from Subiaco.
In 2007, all roads lead to Cup glory. The Northern men face their final examination to prove their worth.
Wonderful try!
The Six Nations, Italy, France, and England, Scotland. Tomorrow, live and exclusive on the Rugby Channel. The Super 14 is kicking off a superb year of rugby, and the Rugby Channel is the only place to see the action in widescreen. Rugby, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including full coverage of the Six Nations live and exclusive, all for only $8.62 per month. Plus, subscribe to the Rugby Channel in February and go in to win one of 1,000 Super 14 jerseys. Call Sky now on 0800 759 759 to subscribe to the Rugby Channel.
To be for the Western Force. They started favourites tonight, looking for their first ever win at home, and it wasn't to be. A hot night at Subiaco, a frustrating night for the 30,704 fans who turned up, but celebrations in the end for a very gutsy Highlanders team. A scoreless second half, but their defence was fantastic, and everything the likes of Matt Giddo threw at the Highlanders, they were able to just stop them in their track. So frustrating night all round, Phil Kearns. 8 points to 7. Highlanders, the try scorer was Blackie, and a penalty to Bruce for the Force. Hilgendorf scored the try. It was converted by Shepherd. They turned down a couple of opportunities to kick for goal in the second half. Will that come back to haunt them?
Well, it will, and it has. And but even for the Highlanders turned one down as well. So, you know, probably evened itself out a little bit. It wasn't a spectacular match, was it? No points scored in the second half. But full credit to the Highlanders. Their defence was amazing, and they just stuck at the task. Far better concentration levels than what the Force had.
Yeah, very low scoring affair. How much of that do we put down to the heat? How much of that can we write off, put down to experience?
Well, I think we get a little bit carried away that we're the only ones that can handle the heat because it's hotter here than it is in New Zealand. But, you know, that's probably a psychological thing, and the Highlanders handle it extremely well. You know, and maybe I think the Force could have been a little bit cocky, believing their own press coming into the match that they were the favourites and that they should have won. And they should have won. They had the team to do it. They had a very good phase of a sustained possession, and here we're seeing one of those line-outs where they really got themselves into an attacking position and kept driving and driving. But you can just see the venom that goes into every hit that comes from the Highlanders. Has got some sting in it, and they're hitting low and they're being effective. We went to, I think, 3 or maybe 4 different line-outs at this case. They've got another penalty here, the Force, to keep going. Here's another one of the rolling mauls that they took on. And you've got to start to weigh up whether these rolling mauls are the right tactics when you've got to look at the backline they got out there in terms of Giddo, and we've said it before, Staniforth, and Shepherd and the rest of them. There's plenty of wallabies. And here it turns around and kicks down the other way. And you look at the chase here. This is Wanga Sadua that you're going to see bolting down the left-hand side of the screen, just putting a lot more effort, a lot more grunt into that kick and chase than what the other guys from the Force did. Just too far away to get to support Drew Mitchell adequately. Turned over and put them on the attack, and that was just brilliant gutsy play from the Highlanders. You've got to give them all credit for that. And there was Hardy at the end to make the tackle.
Well, you've even got James Ryan, the All Black lock, kicking downfield, a big left-footed hoof. And I know you're not an expert on fullback play, but Drew Mitchell won the race for the 15 jumper ahead of Cameron Shepherd. Shepherd forced to the left wing. I wonder if we're going to see a change.
Well, I'd be surprised if we don't. I feel a little sorry for Drew Mitchell tonight. It was certainly the worst game I've ever seen him play. Just a lot of mistakes from him. And Scotty Staniforth, he chases down here. And Scotty was definitely one of the best players on the field tonight. He was the Force Player of the Year last year. And you can see just the chase that he puts in to make sure that there's no try scored on this occasion. Ball kicked through. Tough bounce at the end. And the Highlanders, another opportunity lost, but they stayed on the attack. You can see here, this is when the try was disallowed for them. You can just see how well formed they are. The ball comes to the back of the maul. The Force just can't penetrate and get in there. And that's the classic South Island, New Zealand rugby. Just grinding forward down the field, not panicking. And you see how well disciplined they are. They just kept their form. We thought it was a try scored there. Player on the ground picks it up and over he goes. It went to the video referee, the TMO, and you can see player already on his knees, picks it up and goes over. Good call.
So we'll have a look at some of the stats. The important one is the top one. The Highlanders have picked up their first win of the season, 4 points. 1 point goes to the Force because they did finish within 7. But possession, the Force. But really they turned over too many. I know the Highlanders turned over the same amount, but the Highlanders were playing at the right end of the field for most of it.
You know, and about 30 or 40 more rucks and mauls that they had, the Force, so much more possession. They lost a couple of line-outs. The Force, Highlanders picked up 2. Most of the other stats are pretty even, but it just seemed that the Force made their mistakes at more crucial times.
7